We got crazy update this morning. Adrian, 23 recruits in April. Pretty crazy, right?
That's awesome. Let's go. I want to do that.
Yeah, 23 personal recruits in 1 month. And she's been doing like, she's been doing that 10, 15 a month for like over 6 months now. But this month was like, boom, 23 recruits. So that's pretty incredible for sure. Now,
awesome.
yeah, and I spoke to Ngozi also earlier this week, and kind of the biggest challenge was how to approach people and get them onto the initial appointment. So what my thoughts were for today is what we could do is simulate a whole sales recruiting process, from calling a lead to getting the lead onto the appointment to eventually like closing on the call. And what I was thinking is, if you, Sherry, want to be the lead, then I can call you on the phone. You can act like, oh, not too interested. Then I can actually like, sell the appointment. You can show up to the appointment. I can go through the pitch deck and actually, wrap up into a recruit. And I think that's going to be a good exercise for today. So that's what I was thinking. But what do you guys think?
I think that'd be good.
Okay, cool. Everybody's down for that? Hey, Gerard,
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so let me find the script here. So that's going to take me a few seconds. And then I'll just call you and we'll get going. So I'll go ahead and book the appointment and everything. So let's just say, Sherry, that you answer the phone and you're like, hello, okay? So let's say the phone is ringing, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, is this Sherry?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, this is Pavel here. I was just calling about the remote work opportunity that you applied for on Facebook or Instagram. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, I've been applying for quite a few things.
That's amazing. Cool. Well, actually, that's not a problem. Do you have a few minutes here just to, help me answer a few questions to see if we could be a good fit for this opportunity? And then I'll be able to give you a bit more info about what we do after that. You think you'd be able to help me with that?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. Amazing. So you mentioned that you've been looking at a few things already. Now I'm kind of curious to know what initially piqued your interest and got you excited about looking into like remote work in the first place.
The traffic here has been just crazy. We've been growing in our valley so much that I'm just tired of commuting. About an hour and a half of my day goes to commuting.
Wow.
And it's just not worth my time.
An hour and a half every day? That's crazy. How long you been doing that?
For about a year.
Okay, cool. So you already do have a full-time work at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you do right now?
I'm a massage therapist.
Okay, cool. Got it. Well, yeah, that's definitely a long commute. I can understand how you might be interested in saving some time on a daily basis. Now, as you know, right, we help people learn how to make 6 figures a year by helping families with their finances. And that's all done from the comfort of your home, so you wouldn't have to commute. Now, let me ask you this. If you were to start an opportunity like this, then what would your goals look like, and what do you actually hope to accomplish?
I just want a better life. I just want things to be better. Yeah.
Okay. And other than saving time on the commute, what would actually make this opportunity a good way for you to have a better life?
Definitely more money,
More money?
Yeah. Pay off some debt and take care of the kids, have more time at home, have more time, basically.
Okay, I see. So saving time, making more money, that's amazing. Now, let me ask you this. What's the immediate income that you need to replace from your current job moving into a new opportunity like this?
Need about 4,000 a month.
4,000 a month. Okay, cool. Well, that's definitely doable. Now, just want to make sure here that we have the right expectations, right? One of the last things I like to ask people is, I'd like to know if you're actually excited by the idea of a performance-based work where you can get paid for helping other people get into a better financial, situation. So doing that help actually allows you to write your own paycheck. Is that something that you're interested in, being able to control your schedule, control how much money you're making and all that?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if I can kind of recap real quick, it sounds like you've already decided that you wanted to change what you're currently doing so that you can have more time with your family, less time commuting, and also make a little bit more money. So what we can do is book a free orientation session together. So I'll be able to share with you exactly how we help people achieve those results working from home, right? And then if it's something that we can actually help you accomplish, then I'll be able to share the game plan for that. So would you be open to having this conversation?
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Amazing. So I know it's Tuesday right now. By the way, what time zone are you in?
I'm in Mountain Time.
Mountain time? Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's 11 here.
Okay, cool. So I actually have an available time in about 2 hours from now. Would that work for you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay,
That'll work.
perfect. So just to double check, you're 100% certain you'll be available in about 2 hours?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'll just send you a quick calendar invite here. Actually, give me like a few seconds. The email I had was sherrywaddell@gmail.com. Is that right?
Yep.
Cool. And the phone number was 555-555555. That's right?
Yep.
Cool. So I just sent you the invite. Can you confirm you've received the link to join the Zoom meeting?
Yep, I did.
Okay, perfect. Cool. Awesome. Oh, and actually, right before I forget, also, if you scroll down on that email, you'll see a 5-minute information video. So are you actually able to watch that before our call? Because it's going to give you a lot of information about what we do and how this might be able to help you get some more time with your family. It's just going to help us have a better conversation. So can you watch that before we see each other in 2 hours?
Yeah, I can watch that. That'd be great.
All right, perfect, cool. Well, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to talking with you a bit later. Now, do you have any questions before we go?
No,
All right, amazing. So we'll talk
Yeah,
soon.
how can I get this script? What is this?
So yeah, you actually have access to this this script in multiple places. So in Insurance Agents University, it's an appointment setting mastery. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But for you specifically, since you're in Builder also, it's going to be in 7-figure recruiting and appointment setting script right here. Okay. So you can find it either way, but I just sent it into the Zoom chat.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. So what questions do you guys have about the actual appointment setting framework? It's pretty simple, right?
What if they say, how do you overcome, like, they act like they didn't, like, want the appointment to begin with, even though you know
Well,
they signed up for it?
I didn't ask you if you wanted an appointment. I showed you needed the appointment and then I offered it. But by that point, I positioned the appointment as a no-brainer for you because I know what your goals are. So at first, right, I do an intro so that you know who I'm at, who am I, why am I calling? And then I'm asking you permission to ask you some questions. And you gave me permission. So it's here's who am I, who I am, asking permission, and then starting with what's the challenge? What are we trying to fix? What got you interested? That's where the whole conversation starts, right? Once I know why you're interested, I'm going to dig around a little bit to get a better understanding of where you're at and also where you want to go. So now I already know this is where you're at. This is where you want to be. The appointment is the gap. It's the bridge. So look, what you want to do is have more time with your family, make a little bit more money, stop commuting. I think we'd be able to help you achieve that by coming to this appointment. Would you be open to having that appointment? Of course, you're going to say yes, right? So that's also how you get better show rates on your calls, by selling the appointment instead of like offering it.
Right.
Because I know a lot of people, they just teach like invite as much people as you can to the appointment, and then there's like a 20% show rate. That's not how it actually works in the real life. Like the most optimized way to do it is to sell the appointment so that people want to be there.
Right.
Cool. Because I hear some calls sometimes and it's just like, hey, can you help me with my business? I need you to go to this call. And then people are like, yeah, but they don't go, right? So this is like a better way of doing it. And let's say
I like this better. I mean, this is definitely better. I mean, it's just going to sharpen my skills even more than what they already are. So I think it's great.
Yeah. And then depending on where that lead comes from, you're going to change the intro and frame. So this is like if you were running ads or a LinkedIn automation and people are saying, yeah, I'm interested. And then you call them. Well, what if you actually call people like cold call, like your warm market or, whatever. Then you're going to do an offer and then you're going to do the same framework. So what's our offer, right? We help people learn how to make 6 figures a year working from home by helping families with their finances. So let's say I'm just cold calling Ngozi here. Okay. Or you've been to high school with me. Now I'm calling you back. Okay. Like warm market stuff. Let's role play that for a little bit. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna do ring ring, and then you answer the phone, and I'm gonna try to convince you and sell you an appointment. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll do it with you and Ngozi. Ring ring.
Hi, who's on the line?
Hey, Ngozi, this is Pavel here. How are you doing?
I'm good. Oh, that was a long time.
Yeah, long time no talk. So what have you been up to?
Nothing so serious, just there.
Okay, that's amazing. Cool. Well, look, the reason why I'm calling you today is because the company that I'm working with currently has an offer where they help people learn how to make six figures a year by helping families with their finances, and you'd be able to do that from the comfort of your home. So I taught you. I don't know if that's something you'd be interested in, but essentially you'd be able to learn how to make six figures a year working from home. And so, is that something you're interested in learning more about?
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Making six figure working from home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd love to work from home. Right now, you're commuting.
Yeah, I'm commuting.
Cool, amazing. Other than that, I mean, what do you think is some of the best benefits of working from home?
You have some time to more time with your family. So you have more time, quality time with your children together. So you don't waste your time on, you don't waste money on gas
Yeah,
and
that's another one.
everything. So
Absolutely.
that's good.
And so, what are you currently doing right now? And I would have the same call, right? And at the end, I would sell the appointment. I would get to the end and I would understand like where you're at, where you want to be, right? Then it would be like, cool. Well, look, I think honestly, this challenge might be really, really beneficial for you. So what I can do is book a free orientation session together where I can share with you exactly how we'd be able to teach you how to make six figures a year and the same pitch, right? So this also works for cold calls or warm market calls that people have who didn't ask for us to call them, pretty much. We
Right.
start with the offer. Okay.
Okay.
Couple more things after we go through the info gather here.
Hey,
The
Pavel,
other
can I ask
thing,
a question?
yeah, please go for
Okay,
it.
sure. So, like, how would you respond, or the best way to kind of redirect, I guess, someone who is interested and they know somewhat of what we already do, and they may ask, "Well, hey, Pavel, aren't you in insurance? So is this selling life insurance?"
Okay, so let's say you call a warm market person or someone who opted in as a lead.
Let's say opted in as a lead.
Cool. Yeah. So if people opt in as a lead and they say, well, don't you just sell life insurance, essentially?
Yes.
Okay. And they say that like in a bad way where they're not interested in insurance, right?
Not necessarily. It may be just a question at that point in time.
Okay, cool. So what I would say is, yeah, Gerard, pretty much insurance is just one way that we can help families financially, but that's only if it helps them. There's actually 6 different ways that we can help families financially. So depending on their exact case and situation, we could talk about insurance, but I don't want you to think like that's all we do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
So that's like how I would kind of diffuse that.
Uh-huh.
If they're like, hey, is that insurance? Like, I don't want to sell insurance. It's like, no, don't worry. Like, we actually help people. Insurance is just one of the ways we can help them if it's the right fit, right?
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Cool. Hey, Rita, how are you?
Hi, Pavel. I'm good.
Amazing. So we're just practicing here some appointment setting scripts. So I'm going to shoot you this script also in the chat if you want to download it because this script has recruited a lot of agents. Okay, cool. Now, what are some of the other objections that you guys get on the phone where you're trying to set an appointment? Other than like, hey, are you selling insurance? What else is coming up? Like, what's the reason that people give you to not book the call?
I think for the most part with me, Pavel, it's more or less they're interested and want the information right away versus scheduling an appointment to get on a call.
So they're like, what do you do? Essentially,
Or
what do
no,
you do? Tell me.
Yeah, can you go over it and share with me the details?
Okay, perfect. Do you want to role play, Gerard?
Sure.
Be the lead, and I'll be the appointment setter in this case,
Okay.
and we'll role play that one.
Okay.
So I'll just do ring ring, and you answer the phone, okay?
All right.
Ring ring.
Hello.
Hey, Gerard, is this Gerard?
Yes, it is.
Hey, this is Pavel here. I was calling about the remote work opportunity that you applied for on Facebook or Instagram. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, I was waiting on your call.
Oh, amazing, man. Amazing. That's not a problem. So yeah, I mean, do you have a few minutes here for me to ask you a few questions and see if we could potentially be a good fit for what we do? Then I'll be able to actually share a bit more about what we do with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So what initially piqued your interest and actually got you excited about looking into different, remote work opportunities in the first place?
Yeah, well, right now, I'm working some long hours, and I was in the financial services industry previously, and I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to kind of get back into it, but not have to go into an office.
Okay. So you right now you have to commute and work long hours.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. And is that the main reason you're looking into remote work, or there's, also other reasons?
No, I think that's the main reason right now. It's just I'm just tired of, the traffic, the windshield time, and
That's a
feel
pretty
like I
good
could be doing
reason,
so
right?
much more. Yeah.
Okay. And what do you do right now for work?
Yeah, I do some contract work for some manual labor,
Okay.
like out in the field.
Yeah. So
Like
you do have
like
to
hand,
drive a lot. How long you been
yeah,
doing that?
it's been a couple years now.
Couple years? Cool.
Correct. Yeah, I got tired of sitting in the office, so I figured, I'll do something outdoors. But now it's kind of wearing on me, and always trying to drive to job sites, things of that nature.
So now you're kind of looking for the best of both worlds, not having to work outside, not having to be in the office. So you got to work from home. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, as you know, right, we help people learn how to make six figures a year by helping families with their finances. And that's all done from the comfort of your home. So but let me ask you this. If you were to start an opportunity like this, what are your goals and what do you actually hope to accomplish?
One, I want to, get back to a more of a professional environment where I'm actually talking to people and helping them. And then secondly, the income is something that was great when I was in the financial services industry. So between those two things and then not having to drive as much, I think all of those would be a winner for me.
Got it. And I heard you mention the income there. That's amazing. Let me ask you this. What's the immediate income that you need to replace from your current job, like moving into a new opportunity like this?
Right now, it's pretty minimal because it's just me. So just, more or less paying my rent, which is about 2,500, and just the incidental things. So I would say 4,000 a month.
Okay, cool. That's awesome, man. Well, one of the last things that I like to ask is if you're actually excited by the idea of a performance-based work. Now, I think you are because you've been in financial services before, but just being able to get paid for helping other people get into a better financial situation, and that's actually what allows you to write your own paycheck. Is that something that motivates you or excites you?
Yeah, and I've seen you kind of done some research, looked you up online. I'm ready to go and get kind of started right now. So what's next steps? How do I get started?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So next step would be to actually schedule a free orientation session together. And that way I'd be able to build a game plan and share with you exactly how we'd be able to help you learn how to make six figures a year working from home. So, basically I got an option here and availability in 2 hours, and I got one at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Which one of those would work best for you?
Can we just do it now? I pretty much know, the industry, and I'm comfortable with you. It looks like you're doing pretty well when I looked you up on Facebook. Just how do I sign up and get started?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you are ready to sign up, then it should really be a quick conversation. If I was available right now, I would just take an extra 15 minutes with you and, get it out of the way for sure. I wouldn't try to schedule another appointment, right? But it's just that I got a call in 3 minutes. So I'm a little bit afraid that we're going to run out of time. And I just want to make sure that when you're on board, we can already set up your next steps because it's not just about signing up. It's about actually being successful with this. So how about we meet in about 2 hours? I'll have a full hour with you and I'll be able to walk you through not only the sign up, but also the next steps to make sure you ramp up quickly. Would that be a good idea?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, cool. And so I'm gonna stop it here. But if you're free and they ask you to sign up right away or for an appointment right away, by
Mhm.
all means, like do the call now. Just be like, awesome. If you got like 20 minutes, I'll send you my Zoom link. We'll transfer over from the phone to the Zoom and we'll get it going, right? If that's the objection, to me, that's not an objection. That's like someone who wants to move forward, right? So I would gladly like move forward right away. But if you're busy, you have another appointment in your waiting room or whatever, then that's the angle I would use. It's like, I want to make sure you not just sign up, but actually get results with this, right? The next steps after that are going to take us some time. But I think the objection you were referring to, Gerard, is like when you tell people to book the call and then they're like, well, can you just tell me now what it is? That's it, right?
Correct. Yeah, a little bit of both. But because I am still producing, I think the latter was you kind of nailed it. I have other appointments coming up that I need to prepare for, and it would be, somewhat rushed if I were to actually meet with them immediately or
Yeah, so it
unexpectedly.
depends on your calendar, right?
Yeah,
If
correct.
you have the time, do it. But if not, I would frame it like that. Like I want to make sure we not only just sign you up, but actually like get all of your ducks lined up so that when you do sign up, like you get the ball rolling real quick, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that's amazing. If you're getting people who are like, hey, I'm ready to go right now, like, why can't we do it now? Like, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's a
but
good
sometimes I
sign.
find, yeah, sometimes I find that they may be rushed, but they don't have all the information. And if, they're not adequately equipped with what the expectations are and how to be successful, they may sign up, but they don't follow through the entire process.
Yeah. And that's another thing we can get into is the follow through, right? Because technically, if you follow like the exact recruiting pitch deck that we recommend, you get people to commit to three things. You get them to commit to paying their licensing fee. You get them to commit to doing their personal plan with you. And you get them to commit to doing 10 training appointments with you in their first 30 days. Those are like the three commitments we ask from people when they sign up. So the
Okay.
fact that they've committed to that when they sign up with you, even if they don't have the full information, you can always bring that back. It's like extra ammo in your pocket. It's like, hey, Gerard, you told me that you were going to do this, that we were going to do your personal plan, that you were going to set 10 recruiting appointments. That's the next step. That's what we got to get through next. So how about we do that, right? It gives you leverage because people don't want to be silly. They don't want to say they're going to do something and then not do it. So give them like a reputation to hold up to. Get them to
Okay.
commit to those three things. That's extra leverage on your end, right? Hey, you said you were going to do that. Let's do it. They're not going to say no. They're not going to say no. Now I don't want to do it because I mean, people generally don't want to do that, right?
Yep. No, spot on. Thank you.
What about other objections that you guys are getting on the appointment setting?
I think for me, our onboarding is so quick that they don't even know what they're getting themselves into.
Okay.
And then I have to backtrack and, do what Gerard is saying, then I have to go educate and then, it's just not good. So I mean, that's why I signed up for the system because I felt like that's kind of what I was missing.
Yeah. No, that's important. You don't want to get people in to get them in. You want to get them in with the expectations that they're going to do the work, right?
Right, exactly.
You also don't want to teach them everything about the business before they sign up, right? Because that's not better. That's going to get people, that's too much information. That's going to get people confused, second guessing. You want to have like we call this the buying pocket. You want to get people into the buying pocket. And what that looks like is what's your day-to-day going to look like, what we're actually going to do, right? So we're going to meet with clients. We're going to recruit people. We're going to do trainings, right? And we're going to help you be a successful business person. And then the second aspect of that is what are the commitments that you have to honor to get that and get the outcome? There's three commitments. Pay for your licensing, do your personal plan, and do your first 10 training appointments. Because here's what we found. If people do their first 10 training appointments, they close one or two. And if they close one or two, they're in. They see it. Now it's tangible. It's tangible results, right? I think there's a stat out there by I don't know if it's Primerica or WFG, but it's not important, the company. The stat is important. If people make their first $1,000 in the business, 94% of them stay for 12 months. But the opposite is also true. 92% of agents quit in 12 months. So that tells you that the biggest factor is how quick they can make their first 1,000. And this is why we get people to commit to doing 10 training appointments. Because with 10 training appointments, they can make their first 1,000. And then that's a net recruit. Now they're started, the engine is running. So don't give them too much info, but get them to commit on what they'll be doing and their minimum like requirements of success. And if they can do that, then like I said, you can always leverage, hey, you said that. So yeah. What I'd love to do is if we can listen to some live appointment setting calls. So, if you're calling from your phone, then you can have another phone record or whatever, so we can listen to the video. If you're calling from a dialer and that's recording the calls, then, you know, we can listen to the recordings. But appointment setting is very much underrated, because that is literally the foundation of your sales process. What kind of mentality people have when they show up to the call, right? So I wasn't expecting we'd spend 35 minutes on that, but it is actually super important. And I'm even going to recommend a video to you guys about appointment setting that I did with some ABA clients a couple weeks back, because it was just, you know, the difference was amazing. It was 2 agents who were both saying that they were doing it the right way. One of them was actually doing it the right way. The other one thought he was doing it the right way. And you can listen to both calls and you'll hear the difference. One call was 4 minutes long. The other call was 12 minutes long. Which one of these two do you think showed up? 12-minute long call, because they went through every step, right? They actually had a conversation. They connected. So I'm going to send this link with you to the chat here. It's a very, very good video about appointment setting. Other than that, we can get into the actual call structure, unless, you know, these calls are for you. So if you want to spend more time on setting, it's cool also. You let me know. We could role play. We could do like breakout rooms and give you guys the script. Like, what do you prefer doing? Moving on to the actual recruiting call or role playing this setting call?
I think the recruiting call for me, I have appointments later. I'm nervous.
Ah, okay, cool. Let's do it. Everybody's cool with that? Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into this recruiting call. So again, because this is an IAU call, I'll show you guys how to do the IAU way. So you're gonna get into mastering, remote recruiting sales and recruiting appointment overview. Actually, I might want to do this one. All right, cool. So what's the structure of the real appointment? Basically, without looking at this script, we do another intro and we set a frame again, right? Once the intro and frame is set, then we're going to dive a lot deeper into their current situation. What is their biggest challenge? What is their current situation? And once we have a good understanding of where they're at, that's all the negative stuff. That's Hell Island. Then we're going to ask them about what's their dream island. What would they like to be doing, right? Where would they love to be in terms of income, time freedom, like all these things. And the further away those islands are, then the more they want to take the boat, right? So your job is to make sure that they know there's some water between those 2 islands and they need to jump on your boat to cross the other way. That's what we call building the gap. So once you've established the gap, then you're going to sell them on the boat ticket. Okay. That's where we recap everything. So we're like, look, this is where you're at. This is where you'd like to be. This is how our company can help you get there. Do you want to do that? So you get a verbal yes, you get a verbal commitment. And once you've got a yes, then you start pitching. So it's kind of like weird because a lot of people just go straight into pitching and then they hope for a yes. We just get the yes before we start pitching. That way, like, it's a lot easier. We're a lot more confident and comfortable, right? So, and then, through the pitch, we do some tie downs just to make sure they're following and they think it's the right thing. But really, the info gather is where the sell is made. But unfortunately, most people really don't do this fully. They'll ask like 2-3 questions and start pitching. So let's role play that. Let's say, Sherry, you're a potential recruit. We got that setting call done earlier. Now you're jumping. It's 2 hours later, right? And it's the first time we actually see each other on Zoom. And you're just joining. I'll be like, hey, Sherry, how you doing? How's your day so far?
It's really good. Thank you.
Awesome. Cool. Well, yeah, thank you for making the call so quickly, same day. I know that we only have about 45 minutes here. So do you mind if I just start with a quick intro about what we do, and then we can dive more into your specific situation and see if we can find a way to help you out?
No, that's great. Go ahead.
Perfect. Cool. Amazing. So yeah, I mean, pretty much about our company, right? Blah, blah, blah. So depending on your company, you're going to find some cool stat. We have 110,000 insurance agents across the US. We've managed to create over 2,000 millionaires, whatever the cool stat is for you. And between 100,000, 10,000, 1,000 agents, it really doesn't matter. You just got to have some social proof because they don't know the difference, right? So let's just roll with, we've got 1,000 insurance agents across the states that are doing this. And pretty much with that, they're able to learn how to make 6 figures a year working from home and provide for their family without having to commute or do any of those things. So with that being said, right, we actually talk to a lot of people who are looking into this opportunity for a lot of different reasons. So what's the main reason that you are looking to do this?
Yeah, I really just don't want to commute anymore.
Okay.
And honestly, massage is really hard on my body. So I really just am looking for something completely different.
So no commute, easier on the body. I know you were mentioning a bit earlier, also trying to scale up that income, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Is it more income for requirement or for retirement, or what's the main reason you're looking to scale that?
Both.
Both? Cool. Awesome. Well, we didn't get a chance to do this earlier, but tell me a bit more about yourself, education, family. Like, were you born where you live right now, or how long you've been living there?
No, I've been living here almost 20 years, but now I've moved around quite a bit. When I was young, my father was in the military.
Cool. Got it. Cool. So you know a lot of people in different places, essentially.
No, mainly here now.
Mainly here? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned that the massage is hard on the body, especially probably on the hands and fingers. But what do you actually like about this profession?
I like helping people.
Helping
Makes them
people?
feel better. Yeah. I like helping people a lot.
And how long you been doing that?
6 years.
You've been helping people for 6 years. That's amazing. Now, let me ask you this. If you stay where you're at right now and you keep doing those massages, how long do you think it's going to take you before you actually reach your goals of scaling your income, no longer commuting, and be able to spend more time with your family?
I actually won't. I'm capped out. So there's only so many hours in the day, and there's only so many massages I can do, and there's only so much you can raise your prices. So
Okay, got it.
right now, currently, I'm completely capped out of my income bracket that I can make without like adding like sales on the internet or product sales or something else like sales product line. That's really the only way I can go to scale, and I really just don't want to do that anymore. So that's why I'm looking. Yeah, I'm just capped out.
That totally makes sense. So essentially, you've already realized that you're capped out. So you've made an unconscious or maybe even a conscious decision that you want to change what you're currently doing. You want to find something new. Is that right?
Yeah.
So cool. I'm going to pause it here, guys. Do you see how we're already getting that person to commit to a change, commit to doing this? And I haven't started pitching yet. That's only the current situation. We haven't even started building a gap, right? So let's go into that. Okay, so as you know, right, we help people learn how to make 6 figures a year by helping families like you love doing, but except we'd be helping them with their finances. And it's all done from the comfort of your home. So let me ask you this. If we were to start this, right, what would some of your goals look like? What would you like to accomplish here?
I'd really like to make quite a bit more money to pay off some of this debt and get some things more stable and have vacation. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna go on vacation.
You go on vacation. That's amazing. That's amazing. Vacations are needed sometimes, right? Okay, cool. So I know you mentioned earlier that essentially you're looking at replacing an income of about $4,000 for you to be able to commit fully to a new business. Is that still the case? That's still the income you're trying to replace?
Yeah.
Cool. And what about like 12 months from now, as we're actually scaling this business, what would be your income goal?
I'd like to make 20 grand a month. That would
20
be
grand a month?
phenomenal.
Cool. Amazing. Tons of people at our company that do that. So it's definitely achievable. Now, that's something I'd like to ask also, because not everyone wants to marry an entrepreneur, right? Do you have a spouse that's supportive of you doing that? I mean, I'm kind of guessing yes, because you're already essentially performance-based, right? With the massages, you're controlling your own pricing and all that. But what does your spouse think about this transformation? Are they supportive?
Oh yeah, he works with me part-time already. He does my books.
Cool.
He does the
Amazing.
back end.
Cool. That's amazing. Well, look, based on what you shared, I think we can definitely help you get started in this industry and achieve some of the goals that you've mentioned. Now, full transparency, it's going to require a minimum of 12 hours a week of you actually producing some activity in this business. Is that something that you can commit to right now to work towards your goals?
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. Well, I'd like to share my thoughts with you real quick, if you don't mind.
Mhm.
Cool. So as you know, we already work with 1,000 agents, right? Some of them are already making that 20K per month. So I know exactly what they're doing to get to where you want to go. Now, the truth is, if we look at where you're at right now, you're fully capped out, making about $4,000 a month, right? You're working hard, you're commuting, you're driving around for clients, and you don't really see any way that this can change if you keep doing what you're currently doing. Except if you were to move into an opportunity like this, where you pretty much have uncapped income potential, you're still able to fulfill yourself by helping families, by helping people, right? You'd be able to scale to new levels. You'd be able to stop the commute, make more income on a monthly basis, and actually work towards your goals. So what I'm thinking is we need to give you an opportunity where you're not capped and where you can achieve some of the goals that you've mentioned. What do you think about that?
I think that's amazing.
Okay, cool. So what I can do is share with you how we're going to be able to do that. Are you okay with that?
Uh-huh.
All right, guys, that's it. That's it. She's already in, right? Now, all I got to do is share 10 slides. All right, here's the game plan. This is how you're going to get licensed. This is how we'll support you and make sure that you actually get your license. Once you're licensed, those are the 3 things you have to commit to in order to be able to actually reach your goals. We're going to need you to pay for your license, obviously, so you have some skin in the game. We're going to need to do your personal plans, so when you go talk to clients, you can actually have the confidence that you believe in your own product. And lastly, we're going to need to perform at least 10 training appointments together in the first 30 days so that you learn how you're able to, conduct your own appointments in the future. Does that make sense? You think those 3 conditions are fair? Yes. Cool. Where do you see yourself starting out? You can start out, essentially not doing any of the work, just a referral partner. You'll obviously make less. You could start out part-time where you're working maybe 12 hours, 12 hours a week, and you're making like $2 to $4,000 a month, $2 to $5,000 a month. Or you could go all in full-time and go for that 20K as quickly as possible, right? Where do you see yourself starting out?
I think at first part-time and then going full-time very, very quickly.
Cool.
Mhm.
So check out the link I just sent you. That's going to actually help you get started part-time. So we're going to complete that together. It's going to take us about 5 minutes, and then you'll officially be in. We're going to officially get started in this process and help you work towards your goal. Sounds good?
Yeah, sounds great.
Perfect. So that's the call, guys. That's the recruiting call. Isn't that clean? Isn't that a lot cleaner than what we are being shown for water market recruiting? That's very clean, right?
I like how you have them say yes all the way through, because all the yeses add up to the big yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not a random yes, but it's the way I frame the question so that you always want to say yes to it, right? So do you have 12 hours a week to work right now? No. Okay. Do you have 12 hours a week right now so that we can start working towards your goals and get you there? Yes. Right? It's the same question. It's the same commitment, but it's asked differently.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to pay attention to how those questions are formulated. Do this is really good here. Do you see yourself hitting your goals if you keep doing that? No. That gets people moving. That gets people moving, right? Because most of us don't realize that we've been doing the same thing for so long. But when we're conscious of that, we want to change that. So it's about creating that gap, okay? It's very powerful, very powerful. So I think
what got me was I got together with someone that was in the financial industry, and I thought I was making really good money as a massage therapist. Because I worked, even though a massage therapist can only work, around 4 to 6 hours a day. 6 is a lot, but usually about 4 hours a day. So that's part-time. So you took my income and you divided that over 40 hours a week. I really was making minimum wage. And when someone actually broke it down and showed me that, that's what got me moving. I was like, this is dumb, and I can't work more, and I can't raise my prices more. So I was literally capped out, literally capped out. And that's what got me moving. Was I was like, okay, I'm capped out. There's nowhere to go.
Absolutely. That's what gets people moving. So guys, that was pretty much it for the initial sales optimization call. This was the first IAU sales optimization call. Make sure you put it in your calendar, because 4 weeks from now, we're going to have another call where we're probably going to review some of your calls or talk about objection handling or spend a bit more time role playing on that, info gathering and how to get people to commit before you actually start pitching. But there's also one call a week, right? Where I think next week it's going to be the paid ads call. The week after it's the IU member shout out. I'm going to try to get Adrienne on board because she got 23 recruits this month. I want to know how that happened. And then I'm sure you also want to know. And then the week after, we're going to do another sales optimization call. And that's the 4-week rotation. Okay.